All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the Twilight Struggle community. This is Ted Livermore on behalf of Michael Panettieri here for Action Round Zero. We are bringing you an ITSL game this afternoon, and a good one it is. We have the 7-3 Pavel Meshkov, who is leading his division in the Bratislava Conference against James Yu, who is just out of first place in the Winnipeg division in the Calgary Conference at 7-0. So we're going to be looking at this from Pavel's point of view as the USA. And let me go ahead and bring in Michael here. Michael, how you doing?
Yeah, thanks, Ted. I'm doing well. Looking forward to what should be a really good game here. Like you were saying, both of these guys at the top of their respective conferences and respective divisions. So should be a good game. See who's stronger, West or East.
Yes, indeed. Okay, and so with Pavel's hand here as the US, he's got a decent, although not great hand. He's going to have to manage around a couple of red events here, and I think we will probably see Nazis here as the headline.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably pretty happy with this hand. You know, most U.S. hands have some sort of problem in the early war. So you got a couple bad red cards, but this should be pretty easy to deal with. He's got a lot of ops. I'm really curious, Ted. How do you think he's going to handle UN and decal? I see he's going for the Red Scare Purge headline.
Yeah, I don't know that I love that. You're down a significant amount of ops as a result of that. I mean, I think Nazis is a perfectly good headline here. Yeah, and he's going to get Vietnam as a result. And I think with Purge, if James has Asia scoring, I would assume we see it here. We could also get the nice old duck and cover coup of Iran, although less good purged, obviously. Oh, okay. All right. Looks like we got a little, a little bit of Pavel's background there, but I think we're good.
So yeah, I was just thinking, Ted, you mentioned not a lot of big ops cards that are playable on the blue side. You've got Warsaw Pact, and then you might be thinking about UNing SOC-Govs, but other than that, your big cards are kind of low on those. So I'm curious how he's going to play around this turn. Looks like James is just going to go for the smart play of just solidifying up Southeast Asia with the Vietnam revolts. That's pretty standard.
Yep, and frustrating there for Pavel with Warsaw in hand and NATO coming out already, so you don't get an active NATO there.
Yeah, of course, James is going to play that as soon as he can, AR1. So
I like this. Pakistan, I think, is a good play. It doesn't stop domination, but listen, I mean, if he has it, you're getting dominated no matter what. There's nothing you can do about that, and I don't think that James would coup under Purge, and even if he does and he flips it, you still get a full power IP war. So
yeah.
I like this play.
Yeah, I think Pakistan in these situations where USSR has done something else other than cooing, DEFCON's at 5, you definitely want to spread out of the Iran, and Pakistan's just much more aggressive. You know, gets you the access to India, gets you racing on that battleground count. Good country to enter for the US.
Okay, that's a nice event here, although it is a coup target.
Is it going to be decal? We will see. Is not. So it looks like he's going to be spacing decal then.
Yeah, well, I mean, right. You want the extra op. Yeah,
yeah.
Okay. And it rolled a 2. Needed a 3 there. Interesting. So, I might have gone after Lao Cambodia there because that would have temporarily stopped the Asia Dom and cut him off from India. But perhaps thinking that James has Middle East scoring.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision. Unfortunately, that coup didn't work out. Obviously, trying to kick him out of the Western Middle East. I'm curious to see what James's response to that's going to be. I have to guess he's probably going to be placing ops into Libya to maintain some sort of presence in the Middle East, but I'm not sure what his op situation in his hand is looking like now, being under Purge.
Yeah, you think getting to Libya there is a priority. Even putting one in Libya, I feel like is good.
Yeah, you wanna maintain the presence. Um, although I have to imagine Middle East might be slightly higher priority than Red Scare Purge. So James is probably pretty confident he's not going to be seeing Middle East from the blue hand turn one, but I've seen crazier things happen, so it's possible. So 2 in Libya. Oh, 1
Okay.
Egypt, 1 Libya. Makes sense.
Fair enough. Yep. Okay, and there goes Nazis. Okay, be interesting to see here. So I think James is down kind of 2 ops thus far from the purge. Always something interesting to keep track of there. Obviously 1, and we kind of got it back there with the Vietnam bonus with NATO. But so far, I think that the purge headline, I think I still would have like to see Nazis, and now Pavel's in a little bit of a tough situation here because he's going to have to probably space decall next turn. Then he's going to have to play IP war. He has to hold Warsaw, you would think,
Yeah, it's
for his
got to
last
be
day.
AR6, right?
Yeah, and the other thing is that James, obviously knows he played UN, and so he can Pavel miss an action round if he does have blockade.
Yeah, I'm thinking you want decall out of your hand as soon as you can here.
Yeah, I mean, James can't force him to play it. There's nothing that he can do, but yes, I think you want to get rid of the obligation.
Yeah, another consideration too. No mill ops yet for the Reds, so we have yet to see how James is going to rectify that. It's possible he's waiting for Blue to play one of his wars, but hasn't happened yet, and it's not going to happen. There's no red wars in Pavel's hand.
Ooh, crafty. And yeah, nothing Pavel can do about this. Cooing of Lebanon rolls a 1, which is enough to temporarily stop. But I mean, here's the thing: even if you do coup, even if you roll a 6 there, James can just put 1 in Syria and take that domination. That coup on Egypt. I mean, I think that was I have no problem with that decision. No, goes after Panama. Interesting. Okay, everybody's rolling 1s.
Yeah, that's purely a mill ops coup. I'm thinking he needs those mill ops fast.
Yeah, I think I do think I might have gotten greedy there and tried Iran just to eliminate presence if possible.
Yeah,
But
fair
James
enough.
does get his 1 mill op.
Think there's a chance he'll try it again?
Oh, yep. He's gonna do it again.
Oh, he stays with Panama.
Oh,
Oh, he gets the 6, so he would have paid off for him if he hit Iran. But yeah, just taking India, that makes a lot of sense. Blocking off Asia.
yep. Agreed.
There are some scenarios where things do get a little bit dicey for Pavel here in the Middle East. There's some nasty red headlines like Arab Israeli or
Suez is the other
Suez.
one. Yeah, Suez and a big coup, and yeah, you're in all sorts of trouble here. I think I would have rather had those 3 from Warsaw go into France. So take the domination. Socialist is gone, de Gaulle's gone, so there is the Suez threat. But India, there's no real rush there because James was not in Burma yet.
Yeah, he's blocked off the domination in Asia. But I'm thinking, yeah, I think I agree with you, Ted. The big thing in Asia right now that I'm seeing is South Korea is still totally open. So assuming Blue draws the Korean War, it can be really fast with filling up Korea and blocking off Asia that way. So this is, I'd say, maybe a little bit below average hand for US with a lot of 1-ups, but he does have containment, which I have to assume is going to be his headline here.
He's thinking about Asia headline. You can see him calculating. James cannot take domination in the headline. Decal's gone, Vietnam's gone. Even if they weren't gone, it wouldn't do anything with the battleground count. So yeah, this is an interesting decision. It's definitely containment or Asia. And now he's calculating how many ops he would get from containment. He's going to find that a little bit lacking with 1-4 and 1 scoring in hand, I imagine.
Yeah, looking like 4-op containment, which is, I mean, pretty good. Asia, it depends, I guess, at how fast James is going to be on filling up South Korea.
Yeah,
Because you don't want to ever, you don't want to put yourself in a situation here where you have to fill up Japan because you don't have U.S. Japan in your hand. The
okay.
detail. So will he get punished for not filling up France?
Let's see. Well, I was. Yep. 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 Let's see. I imagine one goes into France, but we'll see. This is an interesting decision
Yeah, duck and
here.
cover unseen. So if
Yeah,
he
duck and cover
if he's got
unseen.
duck and cover, he's got a monster play coming of taking France and spreading with no blue coup.
Yep, that is true. Particularly if you have one of the war cards and you get your mill ops, and you don't lose the. It always is painful to give up the mill ops with duck and cover. Yep, and we get the one in France and then two in South America. I think that's perfectly good. And there it
And there
is.
it is.
Oh, that is and takes Middle East domination just for fun.
Yeah, unfortunate for Pavel not getting a better role on Lebanon earlier.
Yeah. Now this is where I go wrong, Michael, because I would get very tempted to start jamming France. I'm looking at the cards. I've been tracking cards. Comic-Con is the only red 3. Otherwise, you'd have to play Marshall, US Japan, or NORAD, or 5-year plan. And there it is.
He
There it is.
immediately thinks about that. Yep.
Yep. With Truman in hand, it's interesting. Now, if James has Comic-Con, this is bad. This is bad, and I am definitely guilty of this kind of wishful thinking.
Yeah. I mean, even US Japan, I would have to imagine France is just such a big value here that you'd
Yeah,
do
that's
anything you can to keep it, even China card. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you can get Truman. Oh, there's Comic Con.
yeah.
It wasn't even a dilemma for him.
No, yeah, that's tough. Okay, I'm just gonna take Algeria. Let's see.
Algeria makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, although yeah, Spain, Portugal would have been tempting as well. Now he's thinking about this. I do think Algeria. Okay, you could do 2 Algeria, 1 Spain, Portugal. Okay, that makes sense as well. But you now have 3 1-ops plays and a 2-ops play.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of ops remaining.
But on the other hand, James, there's again, it's U.S. Japan or Marshall, the only 2 4s remaining here, and all the scary red events are gone for the time being. So you likely are not going to have to react to anything. And I think that James has priorities here in terms of South America. I'm always happy as the U.S. to distract the USSR after they've played D-stall to prevent them from spreading out in South America.
Yeah, that ideally you'd like to try to get rear lines in, but obviously with this hand, I just don't think that's possible. You've got almost no ops to play with, so I think he's just going to be on the defensive, trying to shore stuff up. Maybe spread into Iraq or fill up Spain, Portugal, or overprotect pack. It just kind of depends, I guess, on how red plays.
Yeah, I think getting one into Iraq with one of your 1-ops is good. Um,
Yeah, neither side has entered South Korea, which I still see as interesting. Both of the war cards, Iran or not Iran, Iraq, Arab, Israeli, and Korean War are unseen. So those would both be really nice for James. If he's got either of those, he can get his mill ops. Maybe if he has Arab Israeli, I think that's the more likely card for him to have, because I think he would want to be stepping into South Korea sooner if he had the Korean War.
Yeah, I think so. I just do want to note for our viewers here that they are on a 3-hour timer, but it is a 1-hour clock game here, so we don't anticipate this taking too long here. I do think, though, as you saw James think there for a while, I do think based on the cards that are left, he is in rough shape ops wise here, and is having to make some hard decisions there. So you do see him go into South Korea as you discussed there. I don't think you need to do that with blockade. I think Iraq's more important at this point.
Yeah, that Middle East looks really sketchy to me.
It does. And I'm happy to let my opponent spend 3 ops, take in Spain, Portugal, when I can just turn around and take Greece for 2. And, Marshall
unseen, special relationship unseen, a lot of things unseen that help you in Europe. Although Romanian abdication also unseen, so that event would be really nice for James now that
that's a good point. Yeah,
independent Reds is gone.
It's a good point. That is a good point. Certainly one that James would event in this scenario. Certainly France, if we can get DEFCON to 5 somehow.
Very possibly still in James's hand. It's a very possible AR6 play James might have been thinking of.
Yeah, but James has a lot of priorities here, man. He's got to spread out in South America. Ideally, you'd think you'd want to get into Zaire at some point. And there it was.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, this is going to be fun. A duel of one-ops here.
And there is the mentioned play into Iraq. So if James has Korean War, you think this is the situation for him to event it?
No. You have to take South Korea. You don't know. Your opponent could be sitting on one of those unseen 4 ops. I think you have to take it. I would, frankly, if it was me, I'd rather put the 2 in South Korea, secure it, and forgo the mill ops.
And that might be what he's about to do.
Okay.
He just gets into Zaire.
Oh, we're gonna make Max Goldman happy here. All right, Burma gets taken. I guess that 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that won't even stop. That won't stop domination if he does take South Korea. I'm not sure I would have worried. IP war is in the discard. Although I suppose the other thing is, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, what else can blue really do here?
Well, I mean, I think I would have rather saved the 2 op for my last AR and done something like, even break North Korea.
North Korea, yeah.
Potentially break one of the Middle Eastern countries. I mean, putting one in Egypt's not terrible. Or the realigns on South America. I think all of those would have been better than Burma. Okay, and there is Korean War. And I think that's, you are going to forgo the mill ops, but you do take Asia Dom. You force your opponent here to respond to it, so no one's getting mill ops. Oh.
Yep, he makes the last AR play. That's good.
Yeah, but he could have stopped Asia Dom. Oh, draws both of the outstanding scorings. That is rough. Okay, so if I have done my card counting correctly, I believe James has U.S., Japan, NORAD, 5-year plan, Arab-Israeli war, and special relationship.
Yep. Those are the ones I was thinking of as well. So he does get double purge, though, in the early war. He's thinking about it. He's teasing us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you're going to get cooed almost 100% in Iran here. So,
right. Do you think about Middle East, there's no way that's changing, that scoring is changing. So I think maybe, yes, you headline Middle East and just be done with it.
Oh. Man, he's punished for not going into Indonesia there. Sad story.
Yeah, because I wasn't even paying attention to the VP track. I didn't even realize he was up 6.
Yeah, he collected
Yeah,
on that 5-year or on that duck and cover turn 2.
right. Yeah, that's brutal, man. That is brutal. Okay, well, that I think that puts James firmly in the lead here through headlines in turn 3. And man, that just and he had originally done Indonesia. I hate that. You just kick yourself and you
Yeah.
think like, oh, I don't know, I got this brilliant idea. And now we wait for the Iran coup, which could be absolutely devastating.
Yep. If that Iran coup rolls a 6, then this was a real unmitigated disaster.
Yeah, because then you're going to have to spend, I mean, guess you could spend Marshall Plan taking Saudi and Nigeria, but
Not what you want to be doing.
no, no, not at all. And still 2 scorings to play. I guess you're just going to event de Gaulle, which puts France kind of out of reach, barring realign sometime in the future.
Yeah, Ted, if it's actually possible, the battleground count is 2-1. If the Iran coup fails, the Middle East might actually be shot off for even, because he can just dump Marshall into Saudi and then Iraq, and there's no way for that to get stopped for being even, unless he starts doing crazy stuff like breaking blue battlegrounds.
That's true, but we need an Iran coup fail, and then
Yeah.
again you're forgoing your access there that you sacrificed Asia Dom for to get to Nigeria. So we'll see. All right, James thinking a little bit. Okay, and there's one of the unseen 4-ops, but Asia gone and
Oof.
Rose well. Yeah, I think. Okay, we're reaching for the 4-op. We're gonna take it back. Hmm. I don't.
I
I think
don't
I
know
like
about Iran
three
over
stabs. Yeah,
Saudi.
I think I prefer one of the 3 stabs as well. There, I suppose Pakistan is vulnerable to IP war there somewhat, but man, what a dream hand that Indonesia play, because I don't know, James might have still headlined Asia just at even and then to free up Japan there, but
Yeah, you see,
James in this
FPS is
case.
just such a cruel game, Ted. You make one little decision like Indonesia, like Saharan states over Indonesia, and it's been such a mess for Pavel to deal with. The headlining of Asia, the playing of US Japan, it's rough.
Yep, he has got the double purge, but what I think it was probably worth 4 in turn 1 there. Um, and 1 was kind of mitigated by the NATO the Vietnam bonus. He did make James take 2 1-op coups. Um, so far worth 1 here. Okay, all right.
So he's
This
going to
is
start
good.
fighting in the Middle East.
I think this is good. I don't know that I have a preference for Saudi versus Iraq, but I think either one is good.
I think you'd probably want Saudi a little more. Not vulnerable to the Iran-Iraq war, and you're putting only 3 in there instead of 4 for Muslim Revolution, but it's a very, like, you're right, it's a very small difference.
Yeah. Okay, so now Pavel's looking at score, space, and either De Gaulle or Truman.
When you put it that way, it doesn't sound too good.
Yeah, I guess you could event Korean War, although I think that's a perfectly good space card. Okay. All right. Well,
Fighting for that
Jim's not
scoring.
messing around. All right. Well, well, I guess you could put De Gaulle into Israel. Um, okay, going to
Going
delay
to
that
Europe
decision.
gone
Yep.
first, yeah.
But your opponent has AI war, so you're going to definitely need to see AI war before you do that. Okay.
And there he is.
Yep. Okay. Well, that dream is dead. I think you just score it now and move on.
Yep.
This is where if it was a team game with Justin and I would point out that you could fill Jordan with Korean War and then take Syria with de Gaulle to prevent that domination.
That would be quite the effort to prevent that domination.
Well, that is what I get paid for in our team games, is Justin to make the good decisions and me to make crazy suggestions that 1 out of every 20 is a good idea.
So it's looking like Blues got a little bit of clawing back to do, but hey, that's what the mid war is for. Good card draw on turn 4, and Voice of America is looking very strong on this board still. With all these purges, James really hasn't had a chance to really solidify that South America or
no,
Africa
wait,
so
I'm sorry to interrupt,
monster.
Michael. Oh, please, are we going to see Benelux? Oh, no. Oh, come on.
Name.
I really wanted to see a special relationship in Benelux. We've never seen that before. But yes, to your point, yes, I do think there is the opportunity here in the mid-war, still very vulnerable to Voice of America, as you said. I just lost my last ITSL game as I sat there and watched all the blue cards, all the juicy blue mid-war cards sit there until turn 7, which is frustrating, and then loses the Korean War. Just
all frustrating is losing all the wars.
Okay, well, tough start for Pavel here. I'm hoping that we can have a comeback so we can have an interesting game here for the ARZ.
Is definitely what you want to see to start that comeback.
Yep, that's true. It's pretty clutch here with a good position in Africa already. I'm going to be able to protect Angola there from one of the. Oops.
Ooh. Okay. Well, fortunately, Middle East came out turn 3, so you've got a while to deal with that.
Yeah, and you're not totally wiped out, but oh boy,
he's got some work to do.
You have to go Angola. I don't know that Indonesia gets you much there. I honestly, I think I'd rather push for Africa control than just put the 1 in South Africa.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you've got a claw for every VP you can find because South is looking to be pretty big score for red here. There's really not much of a way to get into there this turn. You can OAS on the last action round. I have to assume that's probably what he's thinking.
Yeah, although he has, he can space one of these bad cards, hold the other. I mean, Europe scored, so I guess Sock Govs is fine to give up. South African's very bad right now, and obviously so is Decall.
Yeah, you can deal with either of those cards. Very possibly gets double space also.
That's true.
On that space 1. Do you think he'll actually OAS immediately and just take Argentina? Because I'm assuming red is just going to take a coup here.
Yeah, the challenge. Oh, James just with some devastating combos here.
Wow.
The challenge with OAS immediately is you forgo Zaire if you do.
Yeah, you have to take Zaire. Oh, he's going to go for it regardless.
Okay. This isn't a terrible idea. I see, it's kind of your one shot there. So I think this is potentially the right play.
You can set up a pretty nice realign of Zaire and Nigeria later. I'm thinking Argentina is higher value than Zaire right now.
Yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree with you on that front.
I can get Laos, Cambodia also. He put the 1 in there from Colonials, so we'll see if he can make use of that. He's another one of those. You've got 2 decisions, and you're not sure which one is the right one based on the card.
I don't like that.
So yeah, I think you want both in Argentina if you're going to go with the OAS decision.
Yeah,
that was looking like that's what he's going to go with. Oh,
No, we don't know. Let's just stop talking for a while. Let's see what he
that's
does.
just this.
Okay. Well, I did not like that, but we'll see how this works out. A 4-op here in James's hand is absolutely devastating. I suppose you could take
Yeah.
Chile in that case, but still.
I mean, Chile is, I don't think that's really the country you would want out of all of those. We'll have to see. You definitely, I think you want to commit one to Zaire.
You're not going to get the chance.
And he
Okay,
wants
so yeah,
the Laos, Cambodia. So he's probably thinking that you're giving up something in South America regardless. So he's not going to worry about filling up or putting anything in Argentina right now.
yep. Now you could now I think I'm interested in playing the 4-ops all into South America. Now, see, I do think I like 1 in Argentina and 3 in Chile there, and just try to even the battleground count. Obviously, so important. Also, hopefully protect you from brush war if that comes out later. Lot of reasons there. I just don't know. I mean, South Africa, I guess, does give you domination in case James has the scoring. So it does have that benefit.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You need to get out of Argentina here. There's too many cards that wipe you out there. So he's probably just going to take Chile here. Oh, nope. Okay. What did he do with that? He overprotected Thailand, which looked like he put 1-op into the Middle East though. Did he fill up?
He did, yeah, he took Iran because it was
okay,
at
so
1.
then he has to have OPEC then if he's filling up Iran.
You would think. I don't understand that otherwise. Yeah, it is interesting. I no.
I don't know about Saudi.
I mean, yeah, I get it because if you don't take Saudi, your opponent can, and then Middle East control, and all sorts of bad things can happen. But I think I would make my turn 7 self worry about that. And you
Yeah,
also have Camp David in hand and Sadat still unseen. So
exactly. South looks like it's so much higher value here that's going to go wrong a lot sooner than Middle East can come back out. You've got time to worry about how you're going to deal with the Middle East, and you with down 10 VPs, you've got to worry about the scoring cards that are imminent. I'm thinking.
yes, yep, that's a good point given where the score track is here. And now your hand went from decent to very bad. Camp David must be an event. Okay, we get a nothing burger out of Central. Now I think
rewarded
space
for Mexico. So yep, spacing one of the bad 2 cards. Chooses South African over decal.
I don't totally understand that one.
I'm thinking decal is a bit worse than South African.
Yeah.
In theory, you might be able to give up South African in a pinch.
Yeah, I mean, I think South African in this particular scenario is actually pretty doable. Okay, see, now you're gonna get 1 back in there, I imagine. Yep, and now Camp David.
Annoying.
Yep, I still think you play it for the event. And all of a sudden, Israel becomes pretty important here.
Exactly. So what are you thinking? Now we're getting late in the turn for last day R play. You probably want to break something. I'm thinking maybe breaking something in South to try and snag a cheeky domination there if you can.
Yeah, you could do Colombia and break Brazil, something like that with Brezhnev.
Zaire is still flippable. We'll see if that's on the table also.
I do think if that is still on the table at the end of the turn, I'm taking that, or just realign and hope. Given the score track, you also don't have any mill ops right now, which is a problem, and no way to get them at the moment.
Yeah, and those mill ops in these sort of situations, you need every VP you can get to get back into this.
Yeah, let's see if James gives him the chance here with a coup of one of these African one stabs. Okay, gives it the Pope. I think we'll just be repairing that. Oh, nope. He sees Truman go and says, all right, I'm willing to leave the Pope. Europe scored, and he does. Okay.
Go 5.
Why?
Oh,
Why? Oh, it's AR7. Sorry, he played the China card. All right.
yeah.
This is his last AR. I think that's probably worthwhile. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna really have to hope that you get a DEFCON degrader in turn 5, or else Africa's you're losing your domination status there.
You
Most
are.
likely.
Well, voice will help.
Yeah, voice is what you want. And also salt's really nice with there's probably you might be able to pick voice back up with that. Nothing crazy in the discard right now that I'm seeing. Flower power is good, protects you from the missile envy.
Yep, that is satisfying.
CMC would be such a dream for him to pick up here with no red influence in Cuba.
Wow, this is bold. What's he going for here with this?
Well, if you had ABM, you could guarantee the realigns on France, but unfortunately, he does not.
Right. So,
I'd say maybe even consider holding salt until ABM is seen and try to get that in the next turn, because you really want to get that France back. Ooh, that's ugly. Well, what's he going to pick up? I'm curious what his plan is.
It's just purge every turn. Just purge. Okay, yeah, I think I liked voice there better, or frankly even Nixon. But voice would have flipped Zaire. I probably flipped Zaire and then maybe Brazil.
Yeah, maybe Brazil. There's some targets elsewhere, but you probably want to be getting South Dom if you want VPs quickly.
And so now he better hope that he gets out. I mean, the Quagmire is somewhat helpful here because he's got plenty of cards that he does not want to play to discard. Decall and Che both unplayable. He is going to be able to hold 2 as a result of salt. So maybe that was part of his calculation here.
Yeah, I'm expecting we're probably going to see. He's got back-to-back action rounds. Do you think we're going to see a coup in South America followed by a filling of Argentina if he can? Well, he's just going to go for the easy coup, which
makes sense. And he is lucky that he went for it, and brutal.
Ooh, fail.
Oh, it's so brutal. You just have to watch your opponent coup 3 times.
Although on the flip side, he's running out of easy targets to coup. He's got a coup at 2 stability country. Oh, nope, he's just going to drop the scoring.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, no. Oh, no. This game has not been kind to Pavel, unfortunately.
No, it has not. Again, that one play in Indonesia. Okay, interesting. James not cooing, just kind of going about his business, getting his obligations out. Good thing for Pavel is he did not have to give up any cards he did not want.
Yeah, so Pavel actually gets
he's gonna get a coup.
Possibly a coup in if he wants one.
Yeah, that is interesting that James.
Yeah.
And we're gonna break.
You know, I'm really curious that James decided not to coup Argentina at any point in that, because he had back-to-back action rounds. If he just broke it, he could have flipped it on the next
Yeah, I could have flipped it. Okay, and no, I think you just take it back, right? You just use Formosan.
I mean, you're gonna get cooed in Zaire.
Just use Formosan.
Yeah, I mean, DEFCON's at 4. Interesting. Yeah, Argentina makes sense. Because he's shown a propensity to not like cooing under salt, so you have to assume he's not cooing you back. he's not cooing you in Argentina.
Right. Yeah, you just take the 2. Yeah. Yeah, it's the African one stabs that you want to be cooing right now under salt.
Yeah, well, now you're opening yourself up to a possible missile envy. I don't know if you want to be playing flower power right now.
Yeah, I just play the 2 up and Just be done with it. I don't know what you get here from Uruguay.
Yeah, maybe you even just want to save that big card for a coup if you're going to be cooing with him cooing back.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Missile Envy. If James doesn't have We Will Bury You, you're not going to see Missile Envy.
Well, DEFCON at 4, so
that's true too. Yep, you're right. You're right. Right.
It is conceivable DEFCON stays to 4 late in the turn here because neither of them seem to want to coup with the other having the ability to coup back.
Well, okay, but yes, I think this is good. And because so you do this and your opponent coups back and then you just flip Angola. I think I actually coup Angola here rather than Zaire with Portuguese unseen. I think I coup Angola. Let James coup it back.
Yeah, you want the realigned target to be Zaire because your influence is already there.
Okay, well, he coups Zaire. It's a decent roll, so let's see. I think if you're James, you kind of have to coup here.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what the chat thinks about cooing Zaire over Angola there. I'm thinking Angola is the target for that coup. Is this the last action round?
Nope, AR6, so he's got one more play here. I'm
thinking Voice is maybe stronger as a last AR play. I mean,
well, it does let you get him out of Angola there, which is nice.
I mean, you got the realigns.
You do have that, and you do have the ability to just straight up flip it with Purge, but he seems intent on purging.
Yeah, he seems intent on purging him again.
No, this is fine. I think taking the China card is decent.
And James is possibly showing he's got a weak hand here. So if you're purging him, he might have a really rough turn 6.
Yeah, it's pretty even here. You know, one thing we have not seen is any of the mid-war power cards.
That is true.
So, but otherwise, fairly even as I look at the blue cards left and the red cards left.
I have to assume this is.
I'm just gonna.
So he's leaving. He's probably thinking that Angola is going to get destroyed here. Do you think he's maybe got Portuguese and is waiting for Pavel to expend some effort on Angola?
Possibly, yeah. Expecting the flip. Yep, that's possible.
This is the last action round, so.
Yep. So that was good. I like the South America play. I might have foregone Libya and just taken him entirely out of Brazil there to force him to spend 3 ops to regain the domination, because right now as it stands now it's just going to be 2, and now Missile Envy
is a problem.
It is a problem, and now
you do have the We Will Bury You and the UN though.
That's true. That's true. Right. So do you think about, I don't think you want duck and cover in this situation, as nice as that would be. Okay. I imagine we'll see this go after Pakistan. Yet another purge here. Fails the roll. Pavel needed that break.
Yeah, he needed that badly.
Yep. And now let's see. So outstanding scorings, it's just South America and Africa here. And Pavel does look in pretty good shape in both. Now 2 ops here will fix that problem. And yeah, that's just what James is going to do rather than coup well purged. Takes Libya back while he's at it, possibly hoping for OPEC, but he's not going to find it. Nope, don't need that. Nope. I think you just go ahead and UN, We Will Bury You. Right?
Well, I mean, Missile Envy's out there still. That's the card that kind of most scares me right now. Yeah, I think in Nigeria, you just want to hit that. It did not work.
No, it did not. He did get him into arms race territory. Okay, setting up realigns there on Algeria. I think I probably ignore that. I am out of arms race territory, though. So I guess maybe I don't know. I'm wondering if now that would have been the time for ABM.
Yeah, would you consider ABMing Venezuela here, Ted?
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, if you hit, that is absolutely game changing.
And then you might be in a position to get self-control. So we're just see a little battle here over Africa.
Okay, well now I score arms race. Yes,
Yeah, you need those points.
you do.
So ABM with missile envy being out there, you probably want to start considering playing that sooner rather than later. So that
Yes.
allows you to get We Will Bury You out of your hand. With I'm considering he's probably going to UN that.
Yep, space OPEC. Although Portuguese is awkward right now.
Then you have to give it Portuguese. So this hand gets awkward really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, if you just put two in Angola right before you play Portuguese, it's really not that bad.
He's lucky he rolled really well on Saharan because a coup war over a one stab is not what you want to be doing with this hand.
Okay, interesting. Good play by James there. I like that. Just never capitalized on Egypt. Okay, he is going to go after Venezuela. I like the aggression. Yeah, but James does need a 3 because he's purged to fix that.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing. He didn't even really roll well enough that he can take it back with a higher ops card. Ooh. That's interesting. Now you're going to get around in France.
Yeah,
and
why?
Also, you can play We Will Bury You. We Will Bury You is playable. No, you just play.
Yeah. Don't you win? Yeah. And then just use it on. Oh, okay. Well, Pavel just missed it. He just missed it.
Oh my god.
And that was ridiculous. Okay. All right. He got it. Okay. Yes, you're right. We Will Bury You. We Will Bury You would have been an excellent play there. Yes, you are correct, sir. That was just he just got excited and just went for it. And I understand that happens to all of us. But unfortunate. Okay, that is why.
Yeah.
That is why.
Well, there's the one small step, so you got to be careful about spacing. Oh. Yeah, also
James
now
has been holding 5-year plan
really
here. Sorry, what was that, Michael?
Yeah, sorry, Ted. Portuguese is really annoying now because you've got OPEC and Portuguese. You can only space one in all likelihood. And if you do hit the space, you're going to get hit back with one small step. So this is not a very pretty situation.
Well, okay. Oh, no. I guess you realign. Oh, okay. Well, DEFCON is at 4. Okay. Yeah. All right. No, I don't mind that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I didn't really think of that play.
Okay, so one small step. I imagine you take
you have to see one small step back. So Pavel's wrangling this back. He was able to maintain his Africa dom. He's flipped south to his dom. He's got France. If this goes the distance, I'm liking the U.S. more and more here.
Well, the Middle East is a disaster.
Yeah, he's got to deal with that. That's a big problem. Turn 6. Do you want to hold OPEC through the reshuffle here?
I might. Yeah, I think I might, but we don't. And so here we go to turn 7 with a very. Are we getting a reshuffle?
I didn't see one.
I don't think we did. Yep, I'm looking at the cards. I think I've done a pretty good job card tracking here, and I don't think because there's a lot of them out there. Okay, so this is interesting. So your opponent gets Junta. You get both scorings.
And grain. Grain is huge, a huge pickup.
Yep, and grain. And cultural, which means you're going to get to control the China card. Because, after the South America scoring, Allende is perfectly playable. What do you, I think it has to be grain, right? DEF CON is at 4,
Oh,
so
Missile Envy. What high ops cards are out there? Missile Envy could pick up.
nuclear test ban
Yeah, you don't
very
want to be playing
likely in
that.
your opponent's hand. I mean, there is a lot of cards still out there unless I missed some, but is this more than because we didn't get a reshuffle, so you can't know for sure. I count 11 cards unseen here, and 9 of them in your opponent's hand. So I think that there are 2 in the discard, and I very possible I miscounted, but there's obviously at least 1.
Yeah, so very high likelihood you get nuclear test ban then if you
Yeah.
headline Missile Envy. That's probably not what you want
Which,
to do.
well, yeah, I mean, you do get the full 3 for it, right?
Well, yeah, it's three VPs. Grain sales would make a lot of sense too.
Okay, so we are.
Ugh, that's ugly.
That's annoying. I mean, I think I
Do you
don't know.
consider
I might.
cutting the hand, or I mean, it's an annoying card for red to have.
No, I like that actually. Yeah, no, I do like that event. Yes, I think this is smart.
Yeah,
This is good. No. Because your other option. I mean, I suppose the coup in Angola is super tempting, but I would imagine. Oh,
ah, well, man. Once again, Pavel makes kind of a close decision, and it just does not work out for him.
man, that is brutal. I do think I liked Panama more there because even if you succeed on that coup, your James is just gonna not coup with Junta, and he's
Yeah,
just gonna coup back in Africa.
right.
So for that reason, I think Panama creates a little bit more of an awkward situation. Now, what you would have the flip side of that, right, is that James just places Junta coups with it and then gets a coup on his AR1.
Yeah, so no matter what, USSR gets to command a coup in Africa.
Yeah, most likely. I think if I was gonna go after Angola, I probably would have actually cooed with Panama, just to take a card out of my opponent's hand. But
Right.
oh no.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is not going how Pavel would have liked.
Okay, let's see. I think if he has nuclear test ban, we're gonna see it now.
Yeah, I've had moments like that myself,
Yeah.
many this season. I totally get where that's coming from.
Okay, all right. Let's hold on. Let's think about this. Do we need? Man, this is tough.
I mean, what are the DEF CON odds here? I mean, unfortunate that you're not going to be seeing grain sales in late war, but
Mhm.
it's possible you have active Star Wars. You know that KAL and We
Tear
Will
down.
Bury. You're sorry, Tear Down was a card I was thinking of. Are coming out. Those are DEF CONs. Also, isn't 5-year plan still in
Yeah, it
James?
is. It is. And
So
he was waiting for these 2 scorings. I mean, kudos to him for being able to hold it this long. He just didn't draw either of the,
yeah,
the scorings that were bad for him. So the reason I don't like that China card play is that I think it's your best realigned card. And those realigns of Angola are super strong right now. I have to imagine we see James go into Botswana and maybe even Paraguay. But Botswana is super important right now. And yes, we do.
yeah.
Okay. I think score
North
Africa, move
Africa.
on. Ooh, you don't need to
Oh,
do that right now. No. Why? Why?
Africa.
Okay. He hits it. Okay.
This is risky. South Africa is looking pretty sketchy there. Hmm.
Yes, indeed. Now, even if he does hit a successful realign of it, you're still going to have domination. And I frankly, to be honest with you, I think I kind of like brush war more in Angola. I mean, what's that worth? I don't
Is it 2 VPs between Dom and Control in Africa?
know. Two, so that'd be four. Yeah, so maybe they're worth the same. So maybe Argentina was better. I don't know. That's one I would have looked at least to figure that out.
Yeah, it is. It is a difference of 2. So that's a 4 VP brush war. But the difference between getting domed and not domed in South is what, 3?
Yeah, no, I think they were pretty close. Okay, and interesting that we have not seen. So we've not seen nuclear test ban. I'm really thinking about missile envy.
You got to get these scorings out of your hand.
Yeah, you do.
So you got fortunate you didn't get any trouble with realigns in South Africa.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's only one. I guess it would have stopped the no, it wouldn't have. No.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Okay, so here comes Panama. So interesting that Panama comes. Okay, so he's going to do that. Yep. So
sense.
now I'm just super tempted by missile envy because so the possibilities are he has 3 cards in his hand. There are 5 outstanding there: nuclear test ban, defectors, 5-year plan, astronaut, and containment. And 5-year plan's interesting. Nuclear test ban takes a 4-op out of his hand. Astronaut is great. Astronaut is really what you're looking for there.
Yeah, I'm thinking you want to do something that makes any of those cards gross. Like I like the play he was just showing of puppet governmenting into Haiti and Nicaragua, because then you're burning one of those 3-op cards on a 1 stability coup, which is kind of gross. All right, well, he's activated the Star Wars.
Yep, which
we're going to see all of the late war cards because there was no mid-war reshuffle.
Right. Yep, Star Wars actually super important here. Okay, and here comes containment.
Oof.
Okay, to your point, loses South Africa. Now puppets is good there. I think in Saudi as well.
Yeah, that's also that's another good point, Ted. Really good. There was no mid-war reshuffle because you don't have to worry about Middle East practically the rest of the game now.
Right. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
really
So
good for you.
Saving grace there, and in Spaces Allende, which I do like. He doesn't hit, but he's thinking about Star Wars, and there is Star Wars. So, and One Small Step is gone. Okay, interesting.
Nuclear test ban is in his hand for sure now.
Yes, that is true, along with 5-year plan.
Yeah, 5-year plan. Last Knots is a nice card to have for Angola. Defectors, maybe?
Defectors is interesting, yes, because Defectors
what
is interesting.
What late war cards are really bad?
I mean, the Reformer. I don't like this. I don't like this. Reformer, Marine barracks bombings, bad, but not totally disastrous.
And I was Reformer.
Yeah, Defectors, again, I think.
Oh man, he's just getting killed on these tight decisions here. That's a 6-op Reformer too.
Yeah. I think Defectors obviously easy. Hindsight is easy here, but I just don't understand what Solidarity gets you, especially with Europe scored. I would have preferred attempting, missile envy, just seeing what you get. It is risky. Defectors or Star Wars. I mean, One Small Step, right? I think is very unlikely to be in his hand.
Impossible. I think it's in the discard, right?
I don't know when it was it played turn 7 or turn 6?
I thought it was played turn 5. Maybe I could be wrong.
Right, but with the okay, yeah, you're right. And now we got to go through this rigmarole here.
Yeah. You I probably would have gone with the Defectors, but like you said, hindsight is always 20/20.
Yeah. Yeah, and Star Wars, you're going to need to play here sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Glasnost is unplayable now, also, which is another disaster from the Reformer headline.
Right. Yep, that's true too. I mean, you're happy to space that. You don't care about Yuri or Iran Contra, so you do space it. You do lose the. I managed that a couple games ago. Just was not thinking and evented Glass Knot. Want my coup is the U.S. and oops, Reformer in effect. Yep.
Yikes.
Yep. 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 The stories of a mediocre TS player, Michael. Okay, so this says to me that James does not have a great hand.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ted, is there any possibility, any outside chance of either player getting above 6? I'm not really seeing that at the moment with all the scorecards played.
Honestly, you know what I might go for here is ABM in the discard.
It is, yeah.
Might just take ABM and just repair. I don't know. Can you hold defectors? Okay, we're gonna get some Pavel thinking about different things action here. I don't.
Europe is your number one. I'm not sure what the importance is of
UK.
the UK.
I don't think care about the UK.
The card tracking that special is in James's hand. I thought we saw special.
I think, yeah. I mean, I'm almost certain that we did. I have abandoned the card tracking.
Okay.
Well, and we're still
it's not an updated special.
Yeah, right. And so I don't think it really matters. And then where is nuclear test ban still around? Let's see. We didn't get to scroll all the way over because the nuclear test ban right now takes France.
So France is the most important thing. I'm thinking.
Right.
You would want those both in France, and if he jams France, I mean Truman is in the discard too. I thought so. You could just Truman France if he jams. Yeah, this is looking
interesting. Chaos with no scorings to come, just chaos. And we're just going to leave Europe hanging out. Okay. Saudi is important. South Africa, South Africa, South Africa, South Africa, South Africa. Yep. But okay.
So neither player really seems to want France, which is, I consider, one of the most important countries in the board.
We got to play Star Wars here before your opponent ties the space race.
Yeah.
These games are always weird though when it's there's no scoring, like there's kind of no rhyme or reason, right, for any particular region, because there's no scorings to come. And when does the reshuffle happen? Does it happen next turn or does it happen turn 10?
I think it's next turn. So now I'm thinking there's no chance of a DEF CON situation. So we had KAL and teardown. So we were talking about DEF CON. He had 3 DEF CON cards. He had 5-year plan also. So he would have DEF CON'd himself possibly. No, because he could have still played KAL. I got excited for a moment, Ted, thinking it was a DEF CON situation, but it wasn't.
Well, right. I mean, but Star Wars could have come and picked up grain, right?
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
So yeah, I think Pavel just needed to take a little bit more time there on the headline. Again, as it turned out, solidarity got you nothing, and we still do not want to take France all the way. Instead, Afghanistan. Must have Afghanistan. Afghanistan, very important right now.
The most important. You've got to get those Europe ops in at some point also.
Yeah, you do. You also have to take Saudi Arabia here at some point. Okay, just YOLO.
He wants the nuclear test ban.
All right. I think, right, yeah, we haven't, and I think James must have sort of been holding on to that. Okay, no, he doesn't have it. So I missed it. That's sorry. That's my bad. It was somewhere. Got played at some point. Okay, Chernobyl's interesting. What are you gonna do with it? You gotta think, buddy. Hold on.
Europe, I'm guessing.
Hold on. Well, hold on. Like, you need to combo this appropriately with Star Wars, right?
Yeah, I mean, with Star Wars, you gotta be. There's so many combinations you can play with that card.
I know, but you gotta at least think about it before we just blindly. Because what are you gonna do in Europe right now? I mean, I go get Teardown, sir. What? Who cares? What are we doing? Who cares about Guatemala?
Pavel.
All right. Well, please, sir. I need you to go get Teardown.
Is Teardown? I'm just trying to think. Maybe there's some miracle you get some way of getting VPs turn 9, and you might need Star Wars to get more VPs if you've got war games in your hand. The reshuffle is happening, so you're losing all the discard cards if you don't play Star Wars soon. I think you want to play Star Wars now.
I think you have to. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, boy, I mean, at least go look. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head whether or no. Instead, the Sudan. Okay, no, very important, Sudan.
He's hoping for a miracle, I think, of he gets VOA, he plays VOA turn 10, then Star Wars immediately for VOA back.
Take West Germany. Take West Germany at least, so then you can realign France when you pick up Teardown. At least get another. I mean, +1 didn't work out for you the first time. Those ridiculous. The 6-1 roll. Okay, yes. Now, can you please go check the discard? Yes, Teardown looks good. It's a good yummy card. Because you're right. I mean, it'd be devastating to lose all the discards.
Yeah, so let's go into an alternate universe, Ted, where Pavel did not play the China card in turn 7, I think it was, or turn 7. Would you have Star Wars for grain sales in the turn 8 headline to try and defcon him, knowing he has
5-year plan? Yeah, and without the reshuffle is a pretty good chance he has one of the other ones.
Yeah.
So, yes. I hate this. I hate this with every. Oh, Jordan. Okay. Of course.
So you lose the discard pile with Star Wars now, assuming we haven't miscounted.
Well, he didn't even look. Like, he didn't count.
Yeah, what I would be doing is I would be counting the draw pile and seeing if a
exactly.
reshuffle happened. So a reshuffle did happen.
Okay, well, he miraculously picks up Voice of America.
That was planned.
Okay, so your opponent has war games. Do you play duck and cover here?
So you've got to try to hold Voice and Star Wars in the turn 10, I'm thinking. Oh, North Sea Oil. You can't hold 3 cards, unfortunately. That would be such a monster play. North Sea Oil, Voice, and then Star Wars.
Well.
Oh no. Yeah, you knew he had Aldrich too because of the reshuffle. That's unfortunate. That's tough.
Man, I give Pavel some credit for fighting back here and making this a game, but I just think a little bit more time thinking about these last turn or so, and I think he has a good chance of winning this game.
Well, the good news, Ted, is he can guarantee getting turn 10 AR7 Voice because he has Star Wars and Voice, assuming that he doesn't lose the space racetrack, which would be unlikely.
Yeah, you have to take Star Wars here, I think, with Aldrich, right?
I'm thinking you have to take Voice because Star Wars has a chance of getting disabled.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in order to do that, you have to give up the coup. Okay, no, he goes with your plan. I get it. But you're going to have to give up the coup to space. And of course, yes, Ethiopia. We need Ethiopia.
Well, I mean, You want to be holding Star Wars to turn 10 Air 7 for voice, I'm thinking, Ted, because you need I'm thinking you need a big play like that to get back in this. It's not, it's a close game, but I'd say there might be an edge for USSR here.
No, I think there's a pretty clear edge for the USSR.
Yeah, so getting that turn 10 Air 7 voice, I think you really want that.
And now even clearer edge
here. Yeah, I was about to say, there wasn't one before, there clearly is now. Getting the Thailand flip?
No. Yeah, Thailand flip better. Doesn't change domination, but it gives you a fighting chance there, and I think you have to take that.
If you flip Angola, you're just gonna get realigned.
Yeah, Angola is not good. There's also just taking Europe Dom back.
Yeah, I think you need Thailand because China card has to get played this turn. It's your only chance to flip Thailand is right now, most likely.
Yep. Oh yeah, hey, look at the discard. You can use Star Wars for that. Yeah, no, I think that's right. Oh, it does give you Dom because of shuttle. Okay.
Because of shuttle.
Shuttle. Yep, shuttle's active. Okay, so that is clearly the play.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing Formosan. There's an outside chance Formosan could come out turn 10. Because it's not removed, right, Ted? I didn't see it get removed.
No, it did not get removed. Yeah, I just think if you're Pavel, you just have too many problems here to solve.
Yeah, holding on to that Star Wars, I think, is key for him right now.
Yeah, hostage crisis is totally playable. So you can. Okay, we're gonna go to Europe. Yep, we are.
And the battle begins.
And it's a battle that Pavel is likely to lose here.
Well, he's got 3 ops. Was there any known 4 ops in James's hand?
No known ones. I don't think. Late work, last Nos is gone, obviously, and War Games. He has War Games.
Oh, he's got War Games. Yeah,
he's War Games.
Well, and maybe he's going to be scared about playing it with Star Wars being in the blue hand. Nope. Okay, so duck and cover becomes a very interesting card now. I don't see a way you can play it. Yeah, I don't see a way you can get VPs.
Well, again, there's the Star Wars play. What's in there? Is there anything that raises DEFCON in the discard? Probably not, because of the reshuffle.
Well, you need Star Wars for War Games.
Yep, that is also true.
Well, we'll see what he gets in turn 10. I mean, Asia scoring, that blows things wide open.
Okay, interesting. I think I would have liked that as an event. Just to kind of make your opponent desperate, right, in the Middle East.
Yeah.
No, he does have AWACS here is coming at some point.
I'm really interested, Ted, that he didn't go for I mean, I'm thinking he has to space Ortega to try and maintain. Oh, I don't know about this. I do not know about this.
Why? What are we doing? What are we doing with it?
I think you need to hold that into turn 10.
Well, you got to take one out of Thailand. No.
I'm not liking this.
Even Libya's better, I think.
Oh, I don't like this plan. I mean, you hold that for a possibility of getting War Games. I mean, what if James were to play Asia right now? That's possible.
Right. Yep. And then immediate War Games, and then you're done. You win. Yep, I agree. I don't think there was any reason to do that. I think you space Ortega. Terrorism's tempting. I think there's a conversation we had about terrorism. I think I probably avoid eventing it here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's making James think a little bit. But a 3-op, I mean, fixes most of the problems here. You put 2 in Brazil, probably 1 in South Africa to stop the domination.
Yeah.
And you say if you'd like to take Libya, sir, you go ahead and you do that. It is interesting though if he does manage to take Libya, because I think we might see AWACS. Yep. So let's see. Yep. Okay, and that's what he does. Now you take Libya. I think you have to.
Yep.
Okay, Angola is getting realigned.
Yeah, Angola is about to get wiped out. You got to get your mill ops in here.
You also, yes, critical to get your mill ops. I agree. The other benefit is I think that will stop Africa domination if you go after Saharan states. Because it is interesting. I mean, the score track, Pavel's up 3, and
where are you scoring VPs though on this board, Ted? It's hard to find blue.
Well, yeah, but where's your opponent scoring VPs either, right? It's
well,
that sucks.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's easier to find ways for red to push for VPs than blue. He hasn't overprotected Thailand either.
Well, and red might get some VPs here, right now.
You gotta. Ooh.
I don't know. I think I take Peru.
Yeah, I have to wonder, Ted, long term, what did Pavel really gain from that play of Star Wars? I'm not seeing much permanently changing on the board from that.
I mean, he did get Libya, and it sort of forced the play of AWACS. So it helped him quite a bit in the Middle East. Granted, it's boosted right now because of shuttle.
Yeah, you got to dump 4 ops there to level it. So that's another VP closer to the 6 with Evil Empire. You got to coup here. You got to get mill ops. You got to coup at terrorism.
I agree.
He's going to give up 1 VP.
Okay, all right.
I can understand that.
Fine. Yeah, this is fine. I think I prefer Colombia to Guatemala. That's also I wouldn't bother. You're getting
all those seem like good targets. I'm guessing you probably want Colombia.
Yeah. Okay, gets enough in there, loses the VP, holds terrorism to turn 10. Okay, bear trap seems good.
You know, hope on a miracle 6 fails from red, and you just cruise to victory, right, Ted?
Yeah, I mean, now getting the coup right is big here.
Yeah, you can maybe get Africa back.
Have we seen Iron Lady?
I thought we did, because that's a late war card. We saw all the late war cards, not after the reshuffle.
I don't remember it, but that doesn't mean that didn't happen.
I thought I remembered it in Blue's hand.
Okay, yeah, but it would have had to be, or it would have been active. You would think. Okay, so gets out of bear trap.
You definitely want to cruise air here, I'm thinking.
But do you give up Mexico?
Well, I mean, then you start a coup war over Guatemala. You do not want to coup Mexico. I don't know about that.
You certainly do not coup Mexico. That is definitely not. You can place in Mexico. I can see that argument. Okay, YOLO's it, and
would a 3 have even gotten him Zaire though? I don't think it would have.
Let's see. Would have been
no. It would have cleared him out. It would have been
cleared him out, so it would have forced a response. Okay, well, I think.
I mean, we got to give Pavel credit, because I did not think this game was going all the way to final the way that the early war went.
Yeah, that's true.
So he clawed it back very well, I thought, in the mid war. But this is the late war has not been kind to him.
Okay, so now I wonder. Okay, yeah, and now you coup Guatemala, and you just okay, interesting.
Well, I mean, got to pray on him having all of the remaining suicide cards. He did chuck grain sales, so it's possible he's got a redraw of We will bury you, 5-year plan. I don't know what else.
Well, so I think that indicates he does have DEFCON problems, but Pavel failed to protect Thailand. I do think that one in Thailand there was the way to go from voice, but he just kind of forgot about it, I think. And that cost him Asia Dom, which scoring those VPs would have been real helpful. I think with the way central it is, that's going to be about it. And yep, and they're in the inevitable realigns, and now, oh boy, now it's looking all sorts of ugly. No, sir, you have to play that as an event. You must.
I think he's tapping here.
Okay, all right. Well,
he's calling mercy. So high level, what'd you think, Ted?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall pretty good game. I think Pavel just lost maybe lost a little bit of concentration there at the end. I do think that there was some combinations there in that turn 7-8 range that could have sealed this for him, and unfortunately just couldn't kind of put it together. There was a couple of really complicated combos there that he had the opportunity to, and just couldn't get the order right. And I do think I think that's what makes Twilight Struggle so interesting, right? Is it's for me it's really 3 elements. It's one, it's deciding where to put your ops, how to spend them most effectively. I think that comes up in the early war quite often, which is what's the best way to spend them. 2, I think it's hand management, right? How do you put yourself in a position to counter your opponent's moves? And then 3, I think, is anticipating, what your opponent's motivation is. And I think Pavel just fell down on that second one with the hand management a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say kind of the same thing. First off, I thought it was pretty well played by both players. Definitely a high level game, but I would say in Pavel's case, he got really unlucky. I'd say in a couple really big combos coming out, and that I think it kind of all started with that decision on Saharan states over Indonesia. I think it was turn 2, because U.S. Japan yet to come out. Asia scoring, I think possibly coming back out. It was I think maybe in retrospect with those factors, Indonesia might have been the play there, but tough decision. And then a couple other tough circumstances where it was close on Pavel deciding what to do. And if he had known what James's cards were, what the cards coming out would have been, he ended up making the wrong decisions. But part of that just comes down to, I'd say, luck of the draw, and that's why we enjoy this game. Is sometimes you get combos like that coming out.
Indeed. All right. Well, good game, Michael. Thank you so much for helping me out with the commentary here. As always, a big thank you to Harib for doing the producing. Congratulations to James, who remains undefeated in ITSL. And I look forward to hearing from the community in the chat. So with that, I think we'll wrap it up. Any last words, Michael?
No, appreciate everyone tuning in on the Saturday morning or afternoon for ARZ. Hope you guys all have a good one. Happy New Year's.
Indeed. Happy New Year.